You ever notice how the smallest things people do can mean the biggest things? I mean, there are moments in life where someone says something simple or does something subtle, and it just hits different, especially when it comes to women and the way they show, or hide, what they really feel. Now here's the truth. Not every woman is going to come right out and say, "Hey, I like you." Not every woman is going to look you in the eye and admit she's catching feelings. In fact, a lot of the time, she won't say it at all. She'll just do something small, something easy to overlook. And that's where the secret is. That's where the truth hides. So today, we're going to unpack one of the most overlooked, underrated, and misunderstood things women do when they're trying to keep their deeper emotions under wraps. But those feelings, they're louder than words. And once you understand this, once you see it, you'll never unsee it. Let's get into it. Let me take you back to a moment in my life that changed how I see things. There was this woman I knew, smart, independent, beautiful in that effortless kind of way. You know, the kind of woman who walks into a room and doesn't have to try. People just notice her, but she wasn't flashy. She wasn't loud. She had this quiet strength to her. We'd been friends for a while. We'd talk, laugh, hang out in that just friends zone. And at the time, I really believed she just saw me as a buddy. Then one day, we were at this coffee shop, just the two of us. And while I was talking, she reached over and brushed something off my sleeve. Just this small, subtle movement. And that might not sound like much, but something about that moment lingered with me. It felt different. Because here's what most men don't realize. When a woman's trying to hide big feelings, she won't blurt them out. She'll show you in the quiet, in the gentle, in the things she doesn't even know she's doing. That little moment. That was the first sign she was feeling more than she was saying. Let's talk about what that small thing really is. It could be a look, a touch, a shift in the way she speaks around you. Sometimes it's the way she lingers a second longer when she's saying goodbye. Or how she texts you after a long day, not because she has something to say, but just to feel close. These aren't grand romantic gestures. No fireworks, no violins playing in the background. These are small things, but they're heavy with meaning. See, the truth is, a woman who's starting to feel something big, especially if she's unsure, scared, or caught off guard by it, won't always declare it. Instead, she manages it. She hides it in kindness, in care, in moments that look innocent on the surface, but are loaded with emotion underneath. She might tease you more than usual, laugh at jokes that aren't that funny, ask you random questions about your day. She might bring you your favorite snack or coffee just because. And sometimes she'll even pull away a little. Not because she's not into you, but because the feelings are getting too strong, and she doesn't know how to handle them yet. You see where I'm going with this? When a woman's feelings start to grow, but she's not ready to expose them, she doesn't speak louder, she speaks softer. She hides her truth in things that seem small, until you really pay attention. Now, let's talk about the psychology for a second, because this isn't just poetic. This is real. When someone has feelings they're not ready to admit, their behavior often slips into what psychologists call leakage. That's when their emotions leak out in indirect, unconscious ways. And for women, who are often taught to stay emotionally in control, to play it cool or not chase a man, this leakage comes through in subtle gestures, body language, voice tone, even the way she talks to you about other people. She might ask about your weekend plans, not because she's nosy, but because she wants to know if you're seeing someone else. She might compliment you out of nowhere, not because she's just being nice, but because she's noticing you in a way she didn't before. And sometimes it's even smaller than that, like a glance that lingers a half second too long, or a text that says, "I was just thinking about that thing you said the other day." See, these are emotional trail markers. She's leaving signs, little clues, but only if you know how to read them. And this is where I want to talk to you directly. You don't need to chase, guess, or play games. The real key here is to pay attention and stay grounded, because the more centered you are, the easier it is to read what's real and what's surface. When you're calm, present, and genuinely listening, not just to her words, but her energy, you'll start to see the patterns, the way her energy shifts when you walk into a room, the way she remembers the smallest things you said 2 weeks ago, the way she brings up your name in a group like it just slips out. These are not coincidences. These are signs. And once you spot them, it becomes so much easier to move with intention, to stop second-guessing, to either step forward or step back, depending on what you want. Because a woman hiding big feelings isn't a mystery to solve. She's just someone trying to protect her heart. And when she starts doing those small things, she's already letting it show, even if she's not saying it yet. I remember one night, months after that coffee shop moment, we were walking home. It was cold out, and without thinking, she wrapped her scarf around me, just slipped it over my shoulders without a word. I looked at her, and she kind of smiled, a little embarrassed. That was the moment I knew, not because she said it, but because she didn't have to. That's what I want you to start looking for. The scarf moments, the sleeve dusting, the quick glances, the small thing that means something so much bigger. And look, I know how easy it is to overlook this. As men, we're not always taught to pick up on these kinds of signals. We're trained to listen to what's said. But when it comes to attraction, to real emotion, to the stuff that moves people, what's unsaid often matters more. So if you're wondering whether she feels something, start watching for the small thing, because if she does it more than once, if she does it when she thinks you're not noticing, if she does it and then plays it off like it's no big deal, she's not just being nice. She's not just being friendly. She's hiding something much bigger. And chances are it's you. So here's what I want you to walk away with tonight. When you feel confused by someone's actions, slow down, breathe, don't just react. Observe, because women speak in energy, in body language, in behavior that happens between the words. And when she's doing that small thing, she's not hiding from you. She's hiding from the risk of being seen too soon, too clearly, too vulnerably. But that doesn't mean she's not feeling something powerful. And when you see it, really see it, it's up to you what to do next. Maybe it's time to lean in. Maybe it's time to wait a little longer. Or maybe, just maybe, it's time to look her in the eyes and say, I see you. Because sometimes the biggest feelings in the world are tucked inside the smallest moments. And now you know exactly where to look.